Ben Saunders here on the program. UFC Fight Night 103 coming up. Court McGee is his opponent. I actually got to watch Ben fight his last fight. I watched it live with him and Jacob Volkman. 17-second armbar, man. And you were saying, hey, I was in the UFC. I got cut after one loss. When I lost to Patrick Cote, I want back in the UFC. What do I got to do? Obviously, beating Jacob Volkman it was the answer. Now, was that what was told to you? Beat another high-named guy and get put back in that way? Or did also they needed someone to come in and fight Court McGee on short notice? Was there a conversation where somebody else was going to come in and you got the call up because you were the next one to get the call from being outside the organization? Or how did that work for you to come back?
No. I believe Monty Cox was helping put the Treasure Coast Island fights together. He hit up Joe Silva wanting to know, I guess some well-known opponent or well-known welterweights that may have just been cut or let go because they were looking to have a main event against Jacob Volkman at welterweight. And the only name that Joe Silva gave him was mine. And at the time, it definitely all fed into making more sense to me because, I mean, at the time, Joe Silva was like basically telling me, hey, I'm sorry, our roster's full right now. To go out and get a win and be eligible to come back and when there is room on the roster to get kind of back in the big show. And for him to only give my name to Monty kind of led more into, okay, yeah, I see, I see the light, if you will, this is going to be a big opportunity. He gave my name. I go out there. I prove my worth and kind of make a statement and I'll be right back in the mix. And that's pretty much what happened, man. That's why I jumped on that fight. That's why I took the fight. Unfortunately, it wasn't televised, or at least at the time, I don't know if they're going to get put on Fight Pass. That would be an awesome fight for, the organization to kind of showcase for their first event. Sorry. I think I even apologized to some of the people that showed up to watch the fight because, the 17 seconds is super fast to go and to an event and have it go down that quickly. But and I'm sure they would have enjoyed a little bit more violence or stand-up striking. But it worked in my favor. I was very happy to get in there, do my job. And as far as getting back in, man, Joe Silva texted me that night while we were, eating at the casino, telling me congratulations. I ended up calling him that following week, and we set it up, and I got back in the UFC then. The only thing was I don't want to put the blame on Brock, but it just seems like, from my understanding, after the situation of Brock coming in short notice and then testing positive under USADA, they're not really giving exemptions anymore. So if you're under the USADA pool and then no longer under the USADA pool, you're forced to wait a mandatory 4 months. I was hoping to fight immediately. Joe was trying to get me on a card because, I mean, that's the way it is, man. The hype, the buzz. You're in the media. I come off a 17-second. They want to throw me right back in the mix, and I'm sure try to get fans and viewers to pay attention to my comeback of the UFC. Unfortunately, I had to wait the 4 months, and unfortunately, I wasn't able to fight before the end of the year, which really sucked. But Joe was, kind enough to throw me on the most immediate card that I could, and that happened to be the first card of the new year.
So, first thing I got to ask you is, how's the money? Is the money the same as when you left? Is it a little bit better, a little bit worse now on your comeback?
A little bit better.
Okay. So now I want to go back and kind of analyze something. So you lose to Patrick Cote, second round TKO loss. You get cut, and the reasoning is we're full. They have guys in the roster that have like 4 losses in a row that they still keep around. So, did you really feel like it was a full? The roster is full, or would you feel like that was just the excuse they're giving me because they really wanted to cut a lot of other fighters out of the way, or was there something that happened that we don't know about between you and the organization behind the scenes?
Honestly, man, I took the responsibility for it all, but I would 100% have to blame lack of communication or communication issues between me and the UFC, and that really became an issue because I had management problems, management that I ended up getting rid of after after that fight. I mean, I was basically, I guess, forced to stay with them until that contract was up, and um once again, not to get too detailed, but I felt like re-signing with the UFC under that management forced me to stay with that management, and I didn't want to. So I kind of, what people don't get is I fought out my contract, but predominantly the main reason was because I didn't want to stay with the same management. I don't want them speaking for me, and I thought that was my most professional route was to fulfill my contract with everyone I was obligated to fulfill it with, and then I could start brand new and fresh and not have to deal with any other nonsense. But it bit me in the ass because in the end, once again, I probably should have told Joe what was going on, but that sounded like drama I didn't want to get into with him. And like, I don't know if he's, really good friends with or how close he was with my management. So I didn't want to bring drama, man. I didn't want to be a part of any of that. I was just trying to do my best to be a man, live up to my expectations of what I felt was, legally what I was legally obligated to do, and then hopefully start fresh and new. And the lack of communication, it kind of bit me in the ass, but I take full responsibility. I just take the blame for it, and was just trying to get back on the horse. The reason I also took that fight with Volkman is that, man, I wasn't trying to sign with another organization. I wasn't trying to really do anything. I was just trying to who is the biggest name free agent available to me as quickly as possible. Let's jump on that. Let's try to make a statement, and then we can get back in the mix.
Two things would have happened with most other fighters. One, they would have just stopped paying their managers and screwed them, even though they're legally obligated to pay the managers. They would have stopped paying them to get rid of them earlier, but would have saved their UFC career. But you stood up and was like, no, I said, I'm going to pay you through this, I'm going to pay you through this, and then we'll be done once this is over, but I'm going to feel my obligation. The other thing is that other guys would have went, you know what, I'm going to sign with the first big organization that calls me, now that I'm cut from the UFC, and stick with them for a long period of time. But you were so passionate about getting back into the UFC, you're like, I'm only going to take a big name free agent, fight this guy, make a statement, and then get back in that way. And now that's all said and done. It's a gamble that could have completely shot you in the ass. It could have completely worked the wrong way, but it's worked the right way. And now you're back in, and things seem to be going great, other than the fact that you couldn't fight on the December card and November card, which is what you wanted to do. You wanted to fight one more time before. But you, like Angela Hill, got caught up in, I was with the UFC before, now I'm gone, now I'm coming back. Oh, crap, 4 months. And that's the USADA deal. We got to wait 4 months now. You have to be in the protocol. I get it, though. I like the protocol hold because it does make guys then have to be underneath. It's not like, oh, I'm going to wait, get clean, and then call the UFC and let them have me fight right away. So you saw the benefits of it. This one is like, nope, you got to wait 4 months. We're going to see what happens. Your body's going to change as you lose the benefit of everything that you might have done if you were someone that was cheating, which Ben is not. Ben is not one of those guys. But I'm just saying this is the reason why for the 4-monther. I like it. I like the 4-month waiting, but it does suck. 'Cause I wish you could have fought.
Yeah, 100%. I respected it. Me and Jeff Novinsky, man, we were consistently in communication with each other. We were trying to see if we could make something happen and all that. But once again, it's in there to even the playing field. It's in there to make a safer sport, man, and I'm all for that. That's honestly a big part of why I also wanted to go back to the UFC. Yeah, it's my dream, and yeah, I believe like in my skill set. That's why I took the gamble against Volkman, and I know what I'm capable of, and I'm hoping that I can showcase that in this next run. But if I go anywhere else, there is no USADA, man. There's nothing to help try to even the playing field as far as keeping the sport clean. And God knows what other people are taking. It's so crazy now with USADA seeing what all these people are getting popped for. And it's like, we're in a new age and a new era where I personally feel that this is going to work in my favor, because now all the experience and skills and everything that I put into my career are going to work in my favor, as opposed to sometimes you get the veterans that are on stuff and it allows them to fight like they're still in their early 20s, and that works against me. That doesn't make it as even for me. And now these young 20-year-olds, yeah, man, you guys might be young and you might be able to do 2-a-days every single day and kill it in the gym every single day. But guess what? I got the experience and the knowledge and and all the skills to kind of back it up and easily even the playing field there, or if anything, excel because of all the time I've already put into this career.
Now, talking about excelling, you got Court McGee coming up in front of you. This is a really good match for you. It's a really good match for him. This is a very good fight. Obviously, we still feel the remnants of Joe Silva, as even though he is no longer with the company, has gone to retirement. But you still feel the way that a lot of these fights are going to be going forward for the next 4 or 5 months. These matches are just amazingly put together. I really like this fight. There's going to be a lot of action, a lot of back and forth, a lot of technique, a lot of skill in this fight. It's going to be very technical. Break down Court for us as you see him when you're looking at tape.
Man, well, first of all, man, I know him personally. I know his coach personally, in Hackelman. Jokingly, we've been even communicating, and he's like, "Hey, man, can you send me video of your past fights and whatnot so I can study, or is that asking for too much and whatnot?" So yeah, we've been, he's on my Facebook. I know both of them from when I went out to help Chuck Liddell for Rich Franklin. That's the first time I ever met Court, and he was there not only helping Chuck, but he was also there because he was doing his training camp for the finale for The Ultimate Fighter, which he ended up winning, and they were obviously his coaches and whatnot. So they have a huge relationship, him and Hackelman and Chuck and whatnot. But also Hackelman and Ricardo Laborio, my American Top Team, the man that gave me my black belt. So it's like we consider each other family, but once again, we're professionals. This is what it is. But Court was always inspiring for me, man. The story that he comes from, the drug addictions and everything that he had overcome. There's no doubt in anybody's mind that this man's will and perseverance is super high. On top of that, he's got cardio for days. That's like a big part of his strength is he can go and go and go all 3 rounds. He trains in high altitude, so that's only going to work in his favor as well. He comes from a wrestling background, but he's well-rounded, and I think he has probably one of the highest output rates as far as how many strikes he throws a minute and all that. So like he's going to be coming with a lot. And I just, man, I'm very aggressive too. I like a high output as well. And and stylistically, it's an odd one. I'm southpaw. I'm very long. I'm dangerous with my kicks. He's got to watch. Coming in from kicks and knees. I got very long reach in my arms, so my boxing. It's going to be a big thing of can he close the distance, and when he does close the distance, you got to be very wary of where you are when you're closing the distance, because I got a tie clinch from hell as well. So you got to worry about my knees and elbows if you're in the clinch. You got to worry or going for the takedowns, and then if you do get the takedown, you're going to have to worry about my jiu-jitsu off my back. I've strived my entire career to be absolutely offensive and aggressive no matter where the fight takes place, and be confident and comfortable in my skill set and the abilities to finish the fight no matter what range we happen to be in. And he's a very intelligent fighter as well, and he's got a very intelligent coach, so they're going to be very well prepared for me. And man, I don't know what his plan is or what the game plan would be on his side, All I know is my game plan is I got 8 limbs on the feet to attack with, and if we go on the ground, man, I got a spider guard from hell. So it's gonna be very interesting, man. I'm always hoping to try to either get some kind of bonus, man. I think the way me and him fight, we could definitely be up there with fight of the night, but then you got the damn bonus king on the card and Joe Lazon. So, we're gonna both be gunning for who gets the damn bonuses. But this is gonna be almost a year since I fought Cote. So realistically, financially, I mean, the Volkman fight helped tide me over, but it's almost been a year since I've really made some funds to support my career, support my family and my living and lifestyle, and really trying to pursue my career as just a professional fighter. So there's a lot on the line as far as what I'm trying to do, and I'm trying to make some money.
How did you survive between? Because really, I know you didn't make that much when you fought Volkman, and then the loss with Cote. Obviously, you only got your show money, didn't get your win bonus. So it's been almost a year. Like, how did you survive that last year?
Man, it, I was very conservative with all my funds, and very intelligent with how I spent it and planned it. And then I had to be very intelligent with my training camps. I had to be intelligent with a lot of things. And then honestly, I've just been very very fortunate to have it all work out the way it has. Um, but yeah, man, I mean, there is a lot leading into this fight, a lot of pressure. Definitely making sure that, hey, man, I need to come in 100% healthy and, you know, try to make sure that nothing stupid happens. I mean, look at Brian Caraway. I mean, Jesus, what, 2 weeks before the fight he had to pull out? That absolutely sucks, man. That blows. I'm sure he spent a good penny on the training camp, not to mention the time and the physical exhaustion and wear and tear on the body just leading into the fight. That's the fight game. It sucks, man. But if you're intelligent and you're smart, and man, I've been a veteran of the game for as long as I have, that I know what I need to do to win, and I know what I need to do to get in the best shape of my life and fucking have my distance, my timing, my sparring, everything on point, and you know, do it intelligent.
That's Ben Saunders coming back here, UFC 103. Of course, it's the main event is the return of BJ Penn against Yair Rodriguez. So that's obviously got a lot of eyeballs coming on it. This fight's gonna be great, man. I really do see a big battle for fight of the night between you guys, and the problem is with Joe, there's always an opportunity for him to take the fight. Take the bonus. It's unfortunate. This is how it goes.
I know. Trust me.
It's gotta be like it's gotta suck. Like I really can't even imagine being on the same card, knowing that your fight is. Oh yeah, this is gonna be fight of the night. Oh yeah, Joe Lozon's on your fight. Damn it! Like now we just crap. We just lost it. So Ben, thanks so much for coming on here. I appreciate it, man. Take care of yourself the last couple of days of this training camp. Enjoy that sweep right into the fight, man. I definitely want to see this fight go on 100 miles an hour, which it will as long as both you guys show up fully healthy and ready to go. I can't tell you how much fun I think this fight's going to be. And telling the fans at home, man, you've got to watch this fight. This fight's going to be great from opening bell to the final finish.
Yeah, no, 100%. And thank you, guys. Thank you again for having me. And Joe Silva definitely knows what he's doing, man. Putting this fight together. Two fan favorites, man. I mean, I've just nonstop been hearing, man, I love you both. I don't know who to pick. And I said, just vote for or root for a fucking great fight. Like it doesn't matter. Me and him are just gonna come. We're gonna go to war and win, lose or draw. It doesn't matter as long as we put on a show, man. I think everybody wins. Though I do want that money. I definitely.
Have a great rest of the night, man. We'll talk again later.
You too, man. Take care.